delight is in the law of the Lord, and in his law doth he meditate day and night. And he shall be like a tree planted by the rivers of water, that bringeth forth his fruit in his season. His leaf also shall not wither, and whatsoever he doeth shall prosper. Which proves a man is like a tree. And a great man, which is formed in Yahweh Shem Yahushua, is like a great tree planted by the rivers of living water.
Ezekiel 31:6. All the fowls of heaven made their nests in his boughs. Under his branches did all the beasts of the field bring forth their young, and under his shadow dwelt all great nations. Thus was he fair in his greatness and the length of his branches, for his root was by great waters. The cedars in the garden of the Most High could not hide him. And that goes back to where Adam was trying to hide among the dark nations. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches.
So that's a cut on you, Divine Prospect, for wearing that goddamn African continent. And then you guys in the Black Conscious Movement, you guys never go to fucking Africa, man. As close as you go to Africa is putting a fucking pendant on your chest, man. And then if you do go to Africa, you know you don't get a one-way ticket. You know that, man. You know you're gonna get two-way. That's what you like, one-way, no, two-way. Because you know your black ass is coming right back here to America, man. Okay, just like polite. Nigga, when you got on that plane, you got a round trip. And you probably couldn't wait to get back to America to rip these dumbass niggas off. You were losing money doing that.
Yeah, get back to the ghetto so you can see Shaquanda walking around with her big fat ass, which you ain't gonna see in Africa. All right, you ain't gonna see them bald-headed nigger women walking around with their big, like you see here in the ghetto.
Now it says he was surrounded by great waters, right? Now I'm looking at a map of Jerusalem, man. Man, it's surrounded by waters. Got the Mediterranean, you got the Euphrates, you got the Tigris, you got the Red Sea, you got the Nile. You got all above that. You got the Black Sea, you got the Caspian Sea, east of the Black Sea. You got all this the Persian Gulf over here. Look at that. Surrounded by great waters.
All right, so back in Ezekiel 31:8.
That's one of the reasons why Esau want that land so bad. Because when a country is surrounded by water, it makes it easy access for.
But it goes deeper. It's a spiritual thing.
Yeah,
they want to be the Israelites, man.
Yeah.
You know how hard I was trying to get information on Esau, man?
Yeah.
And they don't say too much about Esau, man.
Yep. Yeah.
But when you put in Jacob, they'll give you all kind of information on Jacob.
Right.
Because they're hoping that Esau is no longer in people's remembrance, but we're the ones bringing it back.
That's right.
Okay, we got to tell you who you are, Esau, before we got to let you know you're going down.
Yeah, stir up your minds, which is really talking about Israel, but them too.
Yeah, that's why they pay off all these clowns to come up with different doctrines of showing that so-called the Edomites are not so-called white people.
Keep them silent.
Yep.
But the scriptures say, "Keep not thy silence."
Well, hey, I'm gonna start going on them live Sarnetta shows. I'm gonna start asking questions, man. Yeah. And we should all do that, man. When he does his live shows, man, go on there and corner them guys, man. Yeah. You know, corner them guys, cause that's target practice, man. Yeah. Dealing with them clowns, they ain't going no goddamn where.
Con, it says the cedars in the garden of the Most High could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches.
You know what that's really saying? The other nations are nothing like us. They ain't got our spirit. Then that's how you know Israel. That's how you know the Israelites.
You know how many times I've seen Jake walk down the street and we're speaking, and you can be a dark-ass Jake. You know, he might wear the kufi and all that, and I'll say, that's a Jake. That's a Jake. Then a Hamite, and I'll say, that's a Hamite. I said, what part of Africa? I'm from the Sudan. Yeah. I'm from so-and-so. I'm from Ethiopia. You can actually see them, man. You can actually distinguish between an actual Hamite, a Kemite, and an Israelite, man. You can get an Israelite that's dark, as black as hell, man. All right, there was one guy years ago that this is long before we went into the Hamitic thing and the what is it, the Nigerians and all that. This is back in like the 80s, and if you say you're from Africa, you were Africa, you go into slavery. This one guy came up, dark as hell. I remember him. He looked like Wesley Snipes. He was about his complexion maybe darker, and he said he's from Africa, right? But when he said that, I said, you ain't from Africa, man. You from? No, I'm from. I was born in Africa. And I said, damn, in my mind, that's when my mind started opening up and saying, well, wait a minute, you got Jakes in Africa. But it didn't come to fruition until years later. So I said, no, you are Israel, because he was talking to us. We figured he was a Jake. He told us at the end of the conversation, I'm from Africa. I forget what part of Africa. He was probably from Nigeria. And when he said that, I said, you lying, man. He said, no, I was born in Africa. But he had that swag, that Jake swag. He talked like Jake, you know. Even my demon where she lives, there's a lot of so-called Hamites. You can clearly see that them motherfuckers is Israelites, man. And you know how you know? When they come over here and they have kids, when their kids are real small, they got that Hamitic accent. But then you see them through the years grow up, they talk like Jake, they act like Jake, they got the swag of Jake, man. And a lot of them be looking good as hell. They be looking like Simeonites, man, and Ephraimites and shit. So you can tell, man, that's why you guys can't vibe with them real Africans, man. I'm talking about you comedic clowns, man. So keep reading. We getting ready to close up. And we're going to keep, the shows that we're going to do later on, the GMS in brief, we're going to go into this nation thing. We're going to go on. You need, this is something that you need. This is something that you need. You need to learn who the nations are, man. You need to get the whole story. The Most High got to give us the spirit to make you understand and put that whole puzzle together, man.
It says, the cedars in the garden of the Most High could not hide him. The fir trees were not like his boughs, and the chestnut trees were not like his branches. Nor any tree in the garden of the Most High was like unto him in his beauty. I have made him fair by the multitude of his branches.
Hold up. You put a bunch of Jakes on the stage with a bunch of real Hamitic people and put some James Brown on and see what happens. Put them on a basketball court and see what happens. Okay? Put them in a boxing ring. And all these former champs that came out of Africa, like what's this dude's name? Damn, man. Damn, I was watching him the other day. He said, who got next? He said, who got next? The hell is this guy's name? I can't remember the dude's name, man. He fought David Tua. He fought the Klitschko's. He fought James Toney twice. I forget the dude's name. God damn, man. Then there was another guy, heavyweight, a very promising heavyweight, but he got locked up, I believe, off of rape charges. His name was Ike Ibeabuchi. And you can clearly see that dude's a Jake, man. Damn, I can't. Somebody speak.
Yeah, so basically you're going to have to understand that you're going to have Israelites coming from the four corners of the earth, which are scattered among the different nations, and they're not all going to